Looking at drums, I just imported into Reaper. This is a song I'm currently working on, and I want you to let me know what kind of drums these are. And more specifically, are they virtual drums? Are they real drums? Can you really tell a difference? So let's go ahead and listen. And first of all, let me do a few things and we can get this going here. So I'm going to go to View. We're going to bring in a master track on the top. And then I'm going to right click. And we're going to bring in a template. So I'm going to do Dr. Buses. And it's thinking something. Okay, so there's all my buses right there. And I learned this kind of workflow from Kevin Ward over at mixcoach.com. So if you like what I've done here, then go ahead and check out his tutorials and videos. I think you'll enjoy his work. So what's up, Padded Pedal Room? Yep. We got Pastor G. Very cool. So what I'm going to be doing here, probably a lot more, is I have tons of work I have to get done in the studio. But I think it keeps me more on track if I actually do a live stream while I'm doing it. Because otherwise, I'm going to get on YouTube and start watching videos and get on my phone and start clicking through Instagram. It just wastes a lot of time. So this will be more productive for me. And maybe you'll get some insight on my workflow of what I do here in the studio. So let me know if you can hear me okay, first of all. And then if you can, Francis, that's right. You're the guy from Montreal. So I guess you weren't logged in under the Padded Pedal Room last night. Maybe not. Yeah, I'll start associating you with this handle. And I'll know from now on. Okay? So what I'm going to do is these are all the drum tracks here. Let me go ahead and I'm going to click them all. Click all the tracks. Right click. And you're probably not going to be able to see like what I'm doing a whole lot, but I'm going to go to track color and then custom color. And I'm going to make my drums blue. I don't really like that. It's too dark. Let's make it like light blue. That's better. I can actually see the waveforms now. And one thing I can do is do Command up. And what that does is it makes the waveforms bigger, which is cool. I can actually see them a lot better. From Mexico. Hey, Richie. Thanks for coming in. JG Greg Studer from Tennessee. Great. I'm from Smyrna, Tennessee, so that's cool. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. And as I'm working, I'll just kind of poke over and I can see everybody here. And we'll try and get your questions answered. Make myself a little bit. I'll actually do this. Option. I'll make the box smaller here. You don't need to see the whole thing. All right. So I've got them colored, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click here. I'm going to take it out of the master. I'm going to send it to the drums bus. Put the fader all the way up, or the send all the way up. And actually, it's going to be easier if I do it like this. So Option R. I don't know if you're a Reaper user or not, but this is what I use 90% of the time. The other times I actually use Mixbus, Harrison Mixbus 32C. Can you tell us what VST you use for drums? I'm actually using Superior Drummer 3. And my friend Joe, who is an actual drummer, like I can play drums and I can do pretty good, but he's an actual drummer and has a good ear for drum parts. So he has a setup now where he has a very similar electronic drum kit, the same as I do. He has a Roland kit, and he bought Superior Drummer 3, and he's working through the process of just learning how to record the MIDI, and then he can export the MIDI out to actual WAV files, and he can send those each individual track to somebody else, i.e. me, and then I in turn can import those into the session, and then they sound great. So yeah, Reaper, I use Reaper too. So power drums, those are cool. Saudi Daisy, yeah, that's it's not too far. Hey, Clarly. Wait. Charlie. I knew that. Charlie F. What's going on, man? All right. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to my drum tracks, and I'm going to take all these out of the master. See how I do that? Just take my mouse and just scroll it down. And then I'm going to click like so. So double click. Make sure the fader's up. And one good thing about Mixbus is this process is a little bit quicker. But I'm not really to the mixing stage yet. So once I get all the tracks, hashed out and everything's sounding the way I want, I usually consolidate the tracks, like the whole session. Then I'll import those tracks into Harrison Mixbus, and I'll do the final mixing stage in Mixbus. Not that I couldn't do all this in Reaper, but I do like Mixbus just for the mixing aspect, and it allows me to, just get a fresh frame of reference. So I'm actually going to move all these buses to the bottom, like so. So that way we're kind of thinking about this like a real console. We have all the tracks on the left, and then as they flow through, you're going to see all the buses over here on the right side on the bottom. So that's how I'm going to do it. And I'm actually going to show hide tracks. I'm going to hide the buses from, from the track panel. Because I don't need to see the buses in the track panel here. I just need to see them in the mixer. Okay. And these are in a folder. So where do I do this? Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, sorry, I'm wasting time. All right, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and press play. I'm actually going to solo these drums just so we can hear the drums. I do have a drums NYC that basically is a parallel compression kind of thing. And I'm going to go ahead and add a plugin here. This is Arturia, and it's the Rev Plate 140. So check this out. The thing is gorgeous. It is very pretty. But what I'm going to use it for is not really for the reverb, but I'm actually going to use it for the drive. So I'm going to add compression and dirt to this channel. So that way I can crunch up the snare, and I'll actually go ahead and do that now. What I need to do first is I'm going to move these kick channels up here, like so. I'm going to move the snare top and bottom right underneath the kick, and then I'm going to do hi-hat next. Ambient ribbon is going to be on the bottom. The rack toms, then the floor tom, and then overhead condenser, overhead dynamic, and then ambient ribbon. So I got really the core of the kit is a kick in, kick out, and a sub, and then snare bottom, snare top, hi-hat, 2 rack toms and a floor tom. Then I have 2 different overhead options and a room ambient option. So let's go ahead and listen to the ambient mic here. Yeah, that sounds cool. And that is the sound of Superior Drummer. So I know it can, it's not really expensive, but it's relatively cheap. If you consider buying a whole kit with cymbals and different snare options, I mean, I think it's $300-$400 for the program, but that is money well spent. Because if you can get sounds like this without having to set up mics and worry about phasing and all that stuff, then that's great. Now, I'm actually recording a band tomorrow night. I think tomorrow, yeah, it should be tomorrow night, that they want to use real drums, and I'm fine with that. And I'm going to have to bring my PreSonus board and a bunch of microphones and, set it all up for one song and then record one song, which I prefer to do like multiple songs at a time, but it's just not going to happen. So we're just going to do a single, and maybe we'll do more songs later down the road. But here's the overhead dynamic. Cool. There's the overhead condenser. Yep. Okay, that sounds cool. Here's a kick in snare top, which I'm going to move above the snare bottom, and the overhead. Cool. Man, that sounds so good. All right, so this intro is kind of like a classic. Boom, doom, doom. I'm gonna go ahead and play it for you here. Maybe. Yeah. Let me turn down the gain on this amp. So we got this little man, it's not gonna be loud at all. Let me turn the JRC off. Sorry, that was out of tune, but it's like okay, something like that. And I do need to re-record the acoustic, so I might do that here live on the stream. You want a Reverend? You should get a Reverend, man. Reverends are great. All right, listening. All right, now one thing I'm noticing here. Oh shoot. Where's my stream? Here we are. One thing I'm noticing is, let me hide my webcam. You don't need to see me right now. You don't need to see me, fool. Display capture. Sorry, I'm trying to make this bigger. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I can see a little bit better. As long as you can see it fine, then that's all that matters. Okay, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I want you to notice the levels here, okay? Look at the drums bus. Notice right here. Boom, ta da boom, da boom, da ba da ba. That is sick. I'm actually using the theme I'm using is Poly 5. I do have a Pro Tools theme, which is this one. See, there's Pro Tools, which looks like I think 9 or something maybe. Then I have 12 down here, Pro Tools 12. Okay. I'll keep it in Pro Tools 12 for now. It's pretty neat. And I'm actually going to I'll just go back and forth with the mixer on this one. I want to undock the mixer. There we are. So there's the full mixer. All right, now I want you to notice something. And I know this is taking forever, but I'm kind of teaching as I'm doing this. So I have the drums routed to a drum bus, and then I also have the drums routed to the band bus, and then the band bus is routed to the sub mix. Then the sub mix is going to the master mix. So I can do processing and stuff, even before everything hits the master bus. Okay. Which is cool. So what I'm going to do is actually highlight all these tracks, and then I'm just going to bring them down and about 6 dB or so. Let's check it now. All right, so our bus is still hitting around -5, which is not horrible. It's not horrible. But let's bring these faders down a little bit more. Let's do like -12. Now, there's a few different options here, okay? And now I'll tell you what that is. One option, as far as gain staging goes, is if your tracks are too loud, then maybe the actual tracks themselves are just too hot. So let's look at the kick in, for instance. Let's bring this volume back up. All right, so our kick in is hitting up at like -5. It's pretty hot, right? So what I'm going to do is highlight all these tracks, and I'm going to just turn the little item volume, which is basically the same as clip gain. Let's bring all this down by let's do like 8 dB, 8 or 9 dB, something like that. Let's check it now. Okay, so now it's hitting around -12. Well, that's fine. Let's check our bus, and we're good. Okay, so what I've done is I've given myself some headroom on the tracks. So now if I play everything, unsolo that. Okay, cool. I'm actually going to go, let's go to my routing matrix here. And let's go to, where's all my tracks? Bass master send. All right, let's take that out and let's route this bass to the bass right here. Okay, so it's out of the master and going to the bass bus. Vocal group, I have a few vocals going to a vocal folder. I have the background vocals going to a vocal folder. So I'll take that out of the master and I'll send this to the master or the main vocal bus. Same thing for the Lizzie BGV. That's going to be sent to the background one. And then we got acoustic guitar, which is going to be going to guitars. I don't have any electric guitar in here yet because I really hadn't come up with any parts I want to do for that. I do have an organ in here, which I can send to the keys. We'll make sure these are out. Reverb. And these drums are muted. All right, cool. So now I should be seeing all the tracks going through the yellow buses here, and then also the drums. All right, let's play. So I can mute the bass. In the darkest night, I can mute the vocals and background vocals. Now you still hear reverb. And what I'm going to do for that is I'm just going to go ahead and delete the reverb send from here. Because what I'm going to do is, in all the routing I just did, you could easily go to, like, let's say I want to go like vocal 4. I can just go here, go to send, and then send that to like whatever vocal bus I want, right? Check for questions. 6 viewers. What's up, guys? If you're just coming in, I'm attempting to work on a song, because if I don't do a live stream to keep me on task, then, like I said before, I'll just get on YouTube and mess around and not get anything done. So this is a teaching moment, and it just forces me to get stuff done. So here we go. Let's go ahead and make this vocal group. Let's make it yellow. We'll make the background vocals. We'll make those purple. And I got this color scheme from Joe Gilder from homestudiocorner.com. So check out his channel and podcast. I listen to his podcast every week. Usually comes out on Tuesdays, and I listen on Wednesday mornings as I drive into work. So that's always fun. The acoustic guitar is going to be a green color. And then the bass is, I think, red. I think that's what Joe does. Whatever Joe does, that's what I do. Well, not always, but, you know, he does a good job at doing stuff. And let's move this bass track down here by the drums. Same for the acoustic guitar. So usually I have my tracks organized, but not today, folks. I'm going ahead and I'm doing that right now. I'm organizing them tracks. So put the vocals there. We'll put the background vocals at the very end. Like so. So we got drums, bass, acoustic guitar, and then vocals, main vocals, and background vocals. And then we have the buses at the end. Okay. So now I do have a drum verb, an instrument verb, and a vocal verb. And I also have a delay in there. So since I have a new reverb plugin, let's go ahead and delete the Valhalla Room reverb. And let's put in that plate. And I don't really have presets. Let's turn up the drive about halfway. Let's make it 100% wet. And we'll turn up the reverb about 3 seconds or so. All right. And I'll just go ahead and drag that out to the other things. And then on the vocal reverb, I'm actually going to receive this vocal group. And I can blend that in however I want. Sorry, Richie, I just saw your question. So I usually use Valhalla Room, which is about a $50 plugin, but I am reviewing some Arturia plugins. So I'm now reviewing the Reverb Plate 140, which is I think the Beatles Abbey Road reverb, like EMT reverb. Yeah, it's a classic EMT, so it's cool. Let's go ahead and listen to. Let's listen to the vocals here. And actually, I can mute the band bus and only hear the vocal. So let's go to a verse.
Darkest night in the days that never end. You're the one that fills my soul in the restless storm that rages deep within. You're the calm I hold on. I will never be alone. You saved me, oh, you saved me. The chains of sin are forever broken, and they're washed away by your mercy and your grace. Lord, you saved me. Jesus saved me on the cross.
All right, so I know this is a mixing drums video. I'm just messing around with some stuff right now. So, all right, let's zoom in here, and we can see that the kick in and kick out, they are slightly. I mean, they're pretty much dead on, and they are in phase. So that's another beautiful thing about Superior Drummer. Or just, electronic drums in general. I mean, you don't have to mess with phasing and all that. They're already going to sound good and appropriate to what they should be. But you can tell that, here, each microphone is like slightly behind the other one, because the kick in is obviously going to receive the transient faster than the kick out. And then the kick out is going to receive the transient faster than the kick sub. So you naturally have this progression of all that. Does that make sense? Hello, I'm back. I'm back and better than ever, folks. Okay. So there's that. And then we can go in and look at the snare top, snare bottom, which should be, this is a hit right here. Okay, so we can see that. Yeah. So here's the curve, and the curves are going the same direction. So that way you know that they are in phase. Okay. If they're opposite directions, then you know they're out of phase, and you want to go in and invert the phase. And there's a little button right here. You can't really see that because it's probably too small. But there's a button right here that will invert the phase for you. Okay, which is cool. Thanks, Reaper. You're great. You are amazing.
Darkest nights and the days that never end.
Okay.
You're the one that fills my soul in the restless storm that rages deep within. You are the calm I hold on to.
All right. Reverse of what I did earlier, I can actually solo the band bus and it mutes the vocals. So that's kind of cool. So I'll just keep the band bus soloed for now because we're not worried about vocals. But let's just listen to the solo of the drums. And I'll save this. What's up, John? All right, not really sure what else I would want to do, but let's just listen to the kicks. See, there's a sub. There's the out. So the out is a little boxy, but this is where you want to blend, get a good blend between the two mics. So you can hear that the snare is bleeding into the kick out mic, which is fine. All right, just for fun, let's go in and we'll use the Ava Legacy Q from Harrison Consoles, and let's do some high pass. Well, maybe not too much high pass, but let's just let's fix the boxiness sound. All right. A little boost around 80 hertz. Sub kick. Okay, I'm fine with that blend right there. Let's go ahead and select these tracks and we'll do groups. And this group is going to be called rename. We're going to do this kick group. We'll do all that stuff. Yeah. So now if I move this fader, all the kick mics will move at the same time. Then if I want to bypass the group, I can just hold down shift and it'll just move that one fader. Okay. So that's how you do that. So we'll just do the same thing with the snare top and bottom. So let's solo these. So there's a lot of rattles on that snare, which is fine. One thing that is kind of neat to do is just find like a low frequency. Maybe boost some 2K. Maybe. All right, that's fine. And let's go back to Arturia. Let's do a FET 76. And sometimes I'll go straight to like a preset. Let's do this. All right, now I'm going to blend these two in. Something like that, maybe. All right, John, you're going to have to remind me where I know you from. I'm sure we know each other, but it's just leaving me at the moment. All right, so I'm going to go back here. So what is that? Shift G? Yeah, Shift G. So group 2 is going to be called snare group. We'll do all. So now I can move these in conjunction with each other and they'll stay in the same fixed area. Or I can hold down Shift and just move one of the mics if I need to. Okay. We got the rack toms. Those are usually fine. Where did my ambient mic go? Oh, it's all the way down here. Weird. Don't know how that happened. Let's move it. There it is. All right. All right, so let's listen to some kicks and snares. All right, there's the ambient ribbon mic. That sounds good. Let's go ahead and squish it a little bit with some tube. A tube compressor from Arturia. And what's really cool about Arturia plugins is as you bring up the input, it automatically compensates the output level, so you're not getting too loud. Like it automatically just brings it down. Same thing for the mic pre's. So for instance, if I want to come in here and where's the pre? I have a lot of the plugins here. Hello, pre. Let's do the pre 73. So this is like a Neve. This is a Neve plugin. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, this is the same guy, same singer. This is a new song. So you're from Texas, I think, right? Yeah, we released that song. It's on Spotify, so go check it out. Thanks for all your comments, by the way. So yeah, as I bring up this input gain, the output trim, even though you can't see it moving, it's actually like going down in volume at the same time. So you know, you can do stuff like that. We can high pass the room mic kind of stuff. Oh, I actually have it on a different channel. Sorry. Okay, there's that. Let's bring in a condenser overhead. Dynamic overhead. Cool. And the toms already sound good. Let's go to a tom fill, which is probably at the end of a chorus. Yeah, it should be right here. Yeah, that sounds good. I do remember. I have a great memory. TW Studios in Utah. What's up, TW? Yeah, some of these Arturia sounds. Let me play. Right, so there's like a piano string pad kind of sound. It's really cool. I also got this little Microlab keyboard. Microlab mini keyboard. So it's just good for laying down quick parts. All right, those rack toms sound fine. I'm going to go ahead and pan them. Rack tom is going to the left, rack tom right. It's kind of staying off center, and then floor tom is going right. Something like that. So let's listen to this drum fill. Cool. So I heard that going from like left to right, across the spectrum there. All right, cool. I've been going for about 42 minutes now. 12 viewers. If you hadn't chimed in, let me know who you are, where you're from, and if you have any questions. So, like I said before, I do this to keep me on track, because otherwise I would just start watching YouTube videos and all that stuff. Now, we really hadn't done a lot of EQing or compressing. And truthfully, these drums, they're Superior Drummer drums, so they really don't need a whole lot. But what we can do is we do have this V76 mic pre on here, or preamp. So let's see what happens. Just see what happens if we crunch it up a little bit. Sean from Montreal, what's up? Brian, if you go to Reaper.fm, which is the Reaper website, and you go to themes and then just search for like Pro Tools 12, you'll see the themes that are available. Or if you go to my Facebook page and just message me, I'm sure I can just drop you the file. And it's literally just drag and drop. Like if you had the file on your desktop, you just take the file, drag it into Reaper, and then bam, like everything changes on the screen. Like it's pretty sick how they do that. All right, now another thing I'm going to do, let's go to Drums NYC. I'm going to do the receive thing, and I'm going to receive the kick in 100%. Let's receive the snare top. And let's receive the overhead dynamics. And let's go ahead and squish this. We're going to squish it so hard. So let's do the FET compressor. Let's just smash it. Okay. Let's make it a fast attack and fast release. All right, so fast attack is really killing that transient like right away. And then also having a fast release is getting that pumping kind of sound, okay? So what I'm going to do now is just blend in the drums NYC fader right here. Let's just see what happens. So let's bring it all the way down, then we'll slowly bring it up, okay? Okay, let's go ahead and listen to the full band mix here.
In the struggle.
All right, cool. I like the bass, but I think I played it a little too clicky sounding. So I'm going to let's pass this. Let's bring it down to like here or so. All right, do I still have those vocals sent to a verb? Probably do. No, they're sent to Reverb. They are sent to Reverb. Okay, these vocals need to be sent to the vocal verb as well. We'll do something like that. And we'll do something like that. All right, now the vocal verb. Parent send submix. Let's take it out of the submix. And let's send it to the vocal. The vocals. Like that. So that way if we have the vocals muted, we shouldn't be able to hear the actual reverb going to the vocal itself. There we go. See how I did that? Maybe. Let's do the same thing for sorry. No, we're good. That's the only thing I need to do. So I just routed the vocal verb from the submix to the actual vocal bus. So yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did. Okay. Listening. All right, now I heard a little discrepancy there in the acoustic guitar and the drums. So let's just go in and I'll probably just played it off beat. Let's listen to it. Yeah, something's off. So you can see my hits a little ahead of the beat here. So let's just fix that. Yeah, I'm off. I'm the one who's off. So I'm glad he played to the click and not actually to me. So what I'm doing here is I'm splitting the audio and then I'm holding down shift to actually move the audio within the region like that. So I don't have to like move the whole file back and forth. I can keep the crossfades where they are and then just do stuff like that. So all these are ahead, really. All of it. So let's just move all this over like so. We'll just guesstimate it. How about that? Okay, all that was ahead. Well, not all of it, but I'll cut it there, and then I'll move this over like so. There we go. Yeah. We'll see you later, Francis. Okay, I heard a little ahead of the beat thing. Which I'm not like a huge stickler on being like perfect. But if it's not gelling with the drums, then just slide it. There we go. Now that chord right there. Out of tune. So I really need to re-record that guitar track and probably add some electric guitar. Because I have a keyboard player I'm going to have play on this. Because I could do keys, but I want somebody that really owns like what they're doing. Like they really know what they're doing and they can figure out a really good part. Because like half of the song is just the arrangement and the parts you actually play. And once you get that right, then the mixing just comes together pretty fast. So don't think you have to be a great mixer, but you have to record your tracks really well. Or just have other people that are really good at what they do, record. So why do I have this here? Okay. Not sure what that is. But yeah, I mean, that's the whole song. So let's go ahead and listen from the top. So we got this nice walk down thing. And let's bring in one of the vocals. How about that? So we'll go over here. We'll unmute the vocal tracks and we'll just solo. Actually, I'll mute these others right here.
In the darkest night, and the days that never end. You're the one that fills my soul in the restless storm that rages deep within. You're the calm I hold on to. I will never be alone. You saved me. Oh, you saved me. The chains of sin are forever broken, and they're washed away by your mercy and your grace. Lord, you saved me on the cross.
All right, cool. I heard a little. So let's go ahead and clean up some of these tracks here. And what do we have? Actually, what I'm doing, nobody really knows this. I mean, you do kind of, but I'm currently working on a let me go to my website here. Let's go to my website. Yeah. So here's the website, and I'm currently working on a ultimate guide to music production. Why can't I get this screen bigger? Just get it bigger. There we go. So I have what gear do I need? Pre-production, which goes into like writing number charts, arrangement, tempo, key, doctor's guide to using a DAW, which I have done, and I basically did all that in those videos are on Reaper. The rough demo, playing to a metronome. I have to get those parts. I have to get this section done. Doctor's guide to recording. I'm going to be showing how to record everything, like acoustic drums, electronic drums, like Superior Drummer stuff, bass guitar, acoustic guitar, electric guitar, acoustic piano, which is very important, how to, knowing how to do that. Dealing with virtual instruments, recording vocals, background vocals, coming up with like cool harmonies and stuff. Auxiliary tracks like percussion, stuff like that. I'll probably add like a strings section in there. I gotta get some string players. Doctor's guide to editing, which is everything I do, of what you've been seeing me do as far as like cutting the regions and moving things around and stuff like that. But like comping parts and cleaning up tracks, I probably use this song I'm showing you now to do that, because there's a lot of like lip smacks and like little things that need to be cleaned up. So I'll wait to do that stuff in this video right here. And then Doctor's Guide to Mixing, which is everything from importing tracks, naming tracks, track order, routing tracks, which you've seen me do a little bit, gain staging, metering, how to know like what levels to set things and how to read the meters, mixing in mono, which I have a mono button right here, which I like hitting, balancing faders, getting a static mix, EQ, compression, everything. So pretty much the full gamut of music production. That's my course. If I go to the homepage, and this is a shameless plug, by the way. So if you feel like you need some extra guidance in all things like music theory, I do have a headrush tone sculpting course, which you don't have to have a headrush to do this, to purchase this course, because I basically treat the headrush like a real amp or real pedal, and I'm guiding you through like how to use amps and pedals together to get different sounds and stuff. And then also, obviously, the ultimate guide to music production. So I'm offering all this for basically 6 easy payments of $50, which equals $300. And then after that, last payment, you are done paying for life. You get access to everything I currently have and all the future courses I will put out, which I am planning on putting out a lot more stuff. Or you can save $51 and just do a one-time payment of $249, and that's for life. No, really, I know it's crazy. So if you're watching this and you feel like you need some extra teaching, some extra guidance, and you like my teaching style and you trust me as an online educator, then I encourage you to go to my website and sign up. You do have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you get in there and you feel like, hey, this is just not what I want, then I will gladly give you your money back. Okay? But I'm throwing that out there. So if you like what I do here for free on YouTube, then consider supporting me, and also just growing, investing back into yourself. So instead of buying a new guitar or maybe a new pedal, you just spend $300 and you get lifetime access to like everything I ever create. So instead of doing Patreon, this is my way of like, say, hey, here's some extra stuff that I don't put on YouTube that you can access anytime you want, whether you're on a mobile device or you're on your computer or an iPad. You can go on to the website, log in to your account, and then you can watch as many videos as you want, as many times as you want for the rest of your life. So it's pretty cool. Richie, thanks for watching, and thanks for the kind words about the mix. It's a work in progress right now, but that's just the way it is. So, but it was great to see you. Cool. Yeah, I wish I had more tracks in here to work with, because I really just have bass, drums, and acoustic guitar. No, where's the organ in here? I have some organ stuff. Let me go ahead and play the organ for you.
You saved me. Oh, you saved me. Chains of sin are forever broken, and they're washed away by your mercy and your grace. Lord, you saved me. Struggles up.
Now, that's just a very basic me playing some block chords and with the organ sound. But the player I'm going to get to play on this is he's going to slay it. He's going to throw in all the cool vibey stuff and just make it all sound good. So, I do need to do some electric. Let's change the amplifier to, I don't know. Let's make it let's do a plexiglass 50 watt. What key am I in? I'm in the key of A. Let me go ahead and tune real fast. Then after this, I'll be done. But I just want to experiment a little bit with like maybe a guitar part I may or may not hear in my head. I don't really hear anything in my head. I need to experiment. So like for instance, if you go, where's my click track? All right, so let's get a click in here. So something like that, maybe. 1, 2, 3.
Fills my soul. chains of sin are forever broken, and they're washed away by your mercy and your grace, Lord, you saved me on the cross. The struggles of the past that haunts me, you are the stream that fills my soul. In the world today, fear wants to stay. You are the hope I hold on to. I will never be alone. You saved me. Oh, you saved me. The chains of sin are forever.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm going to do guitar wise. Maybe some double stop stuff, or maybe just playing chords, or I'm not sure. But Brian, the singer's name is Jeremy Miller. There's just a few songs out there under his name. And we also, together, we have a project called Freedom at Your Feet, which is a Christian worship style collaboration where we just either cover like popular worship tunes or we write our own worship stuff and we just throw it out there. So here's Jeremy Miller. Maybe. There we are. So right now he has 2 songs under his belt. And I think the My Heart Sings one was the one that John Kasaga was talking about earlier. So, all right, let's see what I need to do. Anything else about this? Do you have any questions about drums, mixing drums, what I've done so far? And just to reiterate, I haven't really done a whole lot. I mean, I did a little bit of EQ to the kick out mic just to take out some boxiness. And I mean, you can always go in to the drums itself. And let's just do a, let's see, let's do Legacy Q. Let's just see what happens if we take out, it's like some 500 hertz. Okay, so check this out. Sorry, let's go to the verse.
It's not in the days
It really doesn't need taken out, but let's just. Maybe just like a few dB. Widen the Q a little bit. Maybe bring up some 6K. Just a little bit of a 6K. Cool. A little attack on the snare with some 2K. And let's just bring up, let's make this a low shelf. We'll just bring up a little bit of the drum low end there. So take a look at that on the screen. That's just some very small moves that you can do to the drum bus itself without having to go into the individual drums and EQ and do all this stuff. You can just go to the drums and, you know, just make some small moves. All right, let's go in and back to Arturia. let's just do a little bit of light compression. So we're going to do some transient control. Just bring this up to where we just get a little bit of a... It's just kind of taking out some of the kick. We can go down here and we can turn on the band equalizer and we can high pass. Check that out. I want you to see something here. So if I high pass the low end, that kick is not going to engage the compressor as much. You're only going to hear it when you like hit a snare, maybe a cymbal or something. So it's very useful because low end can either kill the compressor, like it makes it work too hard. But if you filter that out, then the low end is not going to interfere as much. Does that make sense? So if I go back and bring this back down, so now the kick and the snare is kind of compressing about the same level, which is great. Cool. I like that. Let's listen in the mix.
You're the calm I hold on to. I will never be alone. You save me. Oh, you save me.
I'm gonna go ahead and listen in mono. So hit the mono button over here. So now you should be hearing it in mono as well.
It's not in the days that never end. You're the one that fills my soul. In the restless storm that rages deep within. You're the...
All right, on the mixer, let's show the master track. So that's over here. I do have a soft clipper limiter, so it's set to -1, so it's not going to, nothing can get past that output brick wall of -1 or 0.1.
It's not in the days that never end. You're the one
I can bring up the overall level.
fills my soul. In the restless storm that rages deep.
And you can't really see it as well on this theme, but I do have the RMS K system set to negative. It's set to K14, which is the metering. Check out HP. Good job. Okay, cool. See you, LG. Yeah, so it just means the -14 LUFS is the average level of the track, and then you still have your peaks going above that. So
it's not in the days that never end. You're the one that fills my soul. In the
here's
restless storm
the U-lean.
that rages deep within. You're the calm I hold on to. I will never be alone. You save me. Oh, you save me. The chains of sin.
All right, so my average level here is -18, which that can go up a little bit. So let's go ahead and do this kind of thing. Okay.
It's not
Let's bring that up a little
in the
more.
days that never end. You're the one that fills my soul. In the restless storm the rage is deep within.
All right, it's getting close. Let's bring in what do I want to do here? I mean, I'm not really like mastering. I'm just let's do some transient control.
It's not in the days that never end. You're the one that fills my soul. In the restless storm that rages deep within, you're the calm I hold on to. I will never be alone. You save me, oh, you save me. The chains of sin are forever broken, and they're washed away by your mercy and your grace. Lord, you saved me on the cross. The struggles of past that haunt.
Bring that down a little bit.
You are the stream that fills my soul.
All right, so just with the instruments we have in here now, I mean, we're hitting around, that negative 13 point, which I'm pretty sure that Spotify has a algorithm where they want things to be in at like around the negative 14 range. So we could actually bring this down maybe just like a few more dB, maybe down to like, because I don't really need to boost this a whole lot. So yeah, that's good. 15, 16.
You're the one that fills my soul.
All right, and that's cool because the verse can be lower in volume and then the chorus can be higher in volume. So like you get natural dynamics going in the song. So don't worry if the whole song getting like the same level, because you want some parts of the song to be lower than others, so that way you just have a good dynamic of the song, right? So that's how that works. This is a free plugin you can get called Ulean Loudness Meter 2. So check that out. This lets you know what your average level of the track is and where the true peak max is, which is showing -1, which is where I have my my output brick wall limiter set at. So I want to go in and listen to the bridge real fast, and then I need to be done. Okay, so.
Sing hallelujah, my heart overflows with praise. I wanna live my life, show everyone why you came. Yeah, you saved me. Oh,
Let's listen again.
sing hallelujah, my heart overflows with praise. I wanna live my life, show everyone why you came. Yeah, you saved me. Oh, you saved me. The chains of sin are forever broken, and they're washed away by your mercy and your grace. Lord, you saved me on the cross. Lord, you saved me on the
All right, cool. There you go. That is a very, very rough session of just like listening to tracks, make sure they're blending well. And that's kind of what I do before I really start like hardcore mixing, is just I want to listen to the track make sure all the different elements are working together, making sure the acoustic guitar is playing its parts that needs to be played and the bass is doing what the kick is doing. And if I add electric guitar, then, just making sure that this actually adding something to the song and not just playing parts just to play a part. So, hello, I'm back. Hello, I'm back and better than ever. So, yeah, for viewers, thanks for sticking with me. I really need to sit down and work on that song, and thanks for being a fly on the wall. So, just like what I showed you earlier, if you are interested in being a student, being a member of my website, drmcfarlandstudios.com, then consider going there, signing up. You get a 30-day money back guarantee. So get in there and learn about music theory, learn about different kind of amps and pedals and gear that we use to create the music. And then I'm about 40% done with my music production course. I still have to do all the recording videos and also the mixing and mastering and distribution videos. So I pretty much have the first half of it done, or first 40%, but I still have a large chunk I need to get done. So, but by signing up as a member, you get access to it like right away. Whenever I upload a new video to that course, you can watch it like right away. You don't have to wait. So you could purchase everything individually, like each course individually, but it makes a lot more sense just to be a member and get that discount while you can. So thanks guys for watching. I'm Dr. McFarland. Thanks for watching, Brian. And yeah, there you go.